Alright, as you see from the title, let's get into it. We're going to make this jerk seafood boil, and these are the proteins that I'll be using. I have crab legs, lobster, spicy sausage, and shrimp. But of course, you can use your favorite seafood and it'll be all good. I have my corn here and I'm just going to set it all to the side. Alright, so these are the aromatics. I have my Heineken beer back there. That's what we're going to boil the seafood and corn and everybody down into. It's going to add a little bit of flavor. It's not a strong beer, as you guys know if you drink or if you know about Heineken. I have my jerk marinade there. I have Tony's. I have my Old Bay. Down here, of course, you're going to need tons of lemon, butter, garlic, and onions. So let's get into it, y'all. First of all, this butter sauce was amazing and I'm gonna make it again. So right here, this is the equivalent to 3 whole bulbs of garlic. But this is why I buy my garlic like this, y'all, because I am not about to peel 3 whole bulbs of garlic. Next, I'm going to chop up my huge onion. This was a huge onion, so if you have small ones, use like 2 of them. You need about 1.5 cups to 2 cups. You know, quite a bit of onion. Next, I'm going to start boiling my eggs. This is just the prepping stage, just getting everything ready to go. You know, with seafood boils, it's all about timing, and you want to make sure you have everything ready to go. So I'm going to put my eggs in cool water. That's how I start them off. Add it to the stove. Once it comes to a boil, I cover it and remove it from the heat. 10 minutes, they're perfectly done, not overcooked. Next, let's work on the bath for our seafood and our potatoes and corn. So you're going to put your Heineken beer. I use 4 Heineken beers down in here. If you have the huge bottles, maybe 1 or 2. Then I'm going to season it up with some Tony's and some Old Bay seasoning. And yeah, so this is what I'm going to season this part with. Mix it up just like this, and the foam will settle down. Just wait till it settles down and you'll be good to go. Next, I'm going to add an entire bottle of water down in here and get this up to temperature. While that's happening, I'm going to cut my potatoes. You could cut them in any shape you want to. I'm just slicing it down the middle. It's whatever, child. So I'm just slicing it down the middle just like this, but again, you can cut it however you want to. Alright, so next I'm going to add my corn and potatoes down into my mixture here. And you're going to let this cook until the potatoes are nice and tender. You want to do this step first because, first of all, I don't have a big enough pot for everything to boil at the same time. That's number 1. And number 2, obviously the corn and the potatoes are going to take way longer than the seafood. You're only going to cook the seafood for barely 5 minutes, if that. So, you know, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to squeeze about 2 whole lemons down in here and drop them down in there. We want all the juice, all the flavor out of the lemons. This broth was so delicious, you guys. And if I was not allergic to shellfish, I would have used it to make some rice or something. I would have done something. After about 15 minutes, I added my sausage and I'm going to allow that to cook. The sausage is going to stay in here the whole time, as in when I remove the potatoes and the corn and I add the seafood, I'm going to leave the sausage down in there. So my potato is nice and tender and ready to go. This is how it looks. And I'm just going to start removing the potatoes and the corn. I'm going to leave the lemons and the sausage. So before I added my seafood, I decided I wanted to cut open my lobster. I don't know, just for it to really get down in there and just for more flavor and just presentation. So I decided to make the slit. But of course, you guys know it's optional. And this is what it looks like, just like this. I used a pair of scissors. So next I'm going to add my crab legs down in here. And you want the crab legs to go for about 2 minutes. Then you're going to add your lobster tails and let that go for another 2 minutes. And then I'm going to add the shrimp. Once that all comes back up to a super rolling boil, which shouldn't take no more than 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, then I'm just going to cover it and set it aside and allow it to just sit and steep and soak up all of that flavor. And now I'm just going to work on the butter sauce. So I showed you guys 2 sticks of butter earlier in this video. You're going to use a half a stick at first because we're going to cook down the onions and the garlic. So you want to cook this down for 5 minutes just like this. Next, you're going to add your jerk marinade. In this recipe, you're going to notice I didn't use a lot of salt, if any at all, because the jerk marinade has sodium, the Old Bay has sodium, and Tony's has sodium. So there's no point in me adding more and more salt in here. However, I know everyone's taste is different. So if you want salt, you can add salt. Next, I'm going to deglaze the pan with another half of another Heineken just like this. And you want to reduce this by half. After I reduce this by half, I'm going to add the additional stick and a half of butter. First of all, you guys, I can't even tell you how good this smells with this Heineken down in this butter sauce. Like, I can't deal. Next, I'm going to add my lemon juice from two more of my lemons. I ended up adding 3 of them. I added 1 at the end, but 2 right here. And then I'm just going to add all my juice, and we're going to mix this up, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. After I tasted it, I decided to add 1 tablespoon of sugar and about 3 to 4 tablespoons of hot sauce. Y'all know how I say hot sauce. I need to stop that. Hot sauce. To balance out the flavor, and then it was just so perfect, you guys. So in this bowl, I have my eggs, my potato, my corn, and you're just going to start spooning your amazing jerk butter sauce all over. And you want to mix this up just like this, but be gentle, you guys, especially if you're cooking for a date or if you're cooking for family and friends. You don't want to break up your eggs, break up your potato, so be a little gentle, even though I really wasn't, but so next I'm just going to pour this out on my pan just like this, and next we're going to work on the seafood. Ooh, look at this sauce all over this seafood, you guys. This sauce is so delicious. I promise you, having a shellfish allergy is probably one of the worst things that could happen to a human, because I wanted to dive face first into this bowl of seafood. But it is what it is. I can't complain too much. But then I transferred it to the same pan with the potatoes, corn, and the eggs. And I'm just spooning that amazing, spicy, jerk, buttery, delicious goodness all over the seafood. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had fun making it. Not so fun not being able to eat it, but it is what it is. Thank y'all for watching. I love you guys so much, and I love you for your continued support. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this recipe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.